You can't conceptualize starting and you've been waiting so long and you're ready to get that thing on the road. Good morning, besties. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Whoops. My name is Anosa, and today we're just going to get right into it. We are talking about how to get started on any goals, any projects, anything that you've been wanting to do for the past couple months, but you just don't know how to start. You like your mind's in a bundle. You can't conceptualize starting and you've been waiting so long and you're ready to get that thing on the road. Let's get into it. Firstly, my experience personally, there are so many things in my life that I have wanted to do and not known where to start from. For example, content creation. How did I get into content creation? How did I start? How did I find that momentum? And I'm going to tell you all the tips and all the tricks that I've learned along my experience, and also what I've picked up from the books that I've read that I've implemented in my life that have made this process so much easier. First one is starting is the hardest part. Literally, starting is the hardest part of anything. And it's just that mental process, that mental block we need to get over to just go ahead and start. Think about this. Do y'all like writing essays? Because personally, I don't feel like I was actually taught how to write a good essay. So I just would rather take a test than do an essay. But anyways, when it comes to my essay writing process, I take forever to start writing the essay. I will sit down, I will procrastinate, I will write all the little content chapters that I need for the essay and then never start. And I will stare at the screen for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. All I need to do is just start typing on the screen. Literally, I could be typing gibberish. I could be typing a topic that doesn't make sense. All I need to do is just start typing. Once I start typing, ideas flow. You'll get momentum to continue typing and continue typing and continue typing. So just like every other section of your life, like even going to the gym, the thought of going to the gym, that whole mental block of so many road things that you need to get over to get to the gym. But by the time you get to the gym, you're already there, you've already started. It's really starting that just takes a little bit of work. And once you get there, you have the momentum to keep going. Now, when we keep going, we need processes in place to help us continue to go through. When things are unorganized, I don't know if you all are like me, but when things are unorganized, I get very overwhelmed. And so creating those processes and systems in place are very important for me to continue on. But we're not right there yet. We're still talking about how to start. So let's go back to our second tip, which is going to be more of a reminder. Do y'all remember when you're in elementary school, you waited for your parents to give you the go-ahead to do everything? Literally, to eat, you had to ask your parents,
can I eat now? Can you give me the food and then I can eat?
Even when you're in class in elementary school, you have to raise your hand and ask,
can I go to the bathroom?
Even in college, our professors are like, okay, start the exam now. You're telling me when to start things. So as we grow older, we're always looking to other people, those authoritative figures, the people that we respect, to give us the go-ahead to start things in our lives. But babes, I hate to break it to you, you are old enough to start projects on your own. You are the person who's going to say go. If you have personal projects, if you have a personal goal, I don't know if it's getting to the gym, starting content creation, preparing for the LSAT, preparing for the MCAT, you are in charge of you. You're in charge of you, and you are in charge of that. I hate to break it to you, your parents aren't in charge of that anymore. So stop waiting for permission from other people to tell you what to do, to tell you when to start, because it's time for you to start now. Literally, I was thinking about it the other day, starting to study for my MCAT. I was waiting for somebody to tell me when to start studying for my MCAT. And then it occurs to me that I'm the adult. And if I want to go to medical school, I'm going to have to start on my own without somebody else telling me it's time to start, babes. Which can be a bit of a transition if you're coming from when you were younger, always being told or needing to have that permission, to then knowing that you're an adult and you need to give yourself that permission. So stop waiting for every other person in your life to tell you when to start, because they aren't coming. You want to create content? Your friends aren't going to come tell you, okay, you need to start creating content now. No, this is a personal project. You need to say to yourself, okay, I want to create content. I'm going to start now. I'm going to start now. So stop waiting for other people's permission, and you give yourself that permission and start. Let's go into the second one, because I know starting is easier said than done. So let's head into the second topic and we'll talk a little bit more about it. We tend to procrastinate. We tend to be like, I need all the resources. I need all the knowledge in the world, all the money in the world, all the good equipment to start. To go to the gym, you need the sneakers that you have, you don't need any glute bands, you don't need any resistance bands, you don't need all the equipment in the world. You don't need to wait for the perfect gym with all the equipment, because baby, you don't even know how to use that equipment yet. Like literally know how to use, you can learn how to use one equipment and you can deal with that one. And then as you go on, you can get more equipment and figure out how to use more equipment. Even with content creation, it took me a while to start YouTube because I was like, I need a big camera, I need a microphone, I need the lighting here, I need setup there, this. You don't. Literally, you have your phone. Like, use what you have. You have things in front of you for a reason. And we're always looking at other places to give us something. We're always looking at other places to be like, I need this, I need that, I need. You don't. Start with what you have, because from what you have, you can continue to grow. Thinking about it now, I'm like, my iPhone is perfect for me to create content now. To get a camera, obviously along the journey, it's going to come. The camera is most definitely going to come. But then it's adding on the technicalities of figuring out how to edit, which is going to happen, but it's just adding up other layers to it. Even the people at the top, think of your bosses in your companies. They didn't have all the resources when they were applying to the job. They learned on the way. Let me tell you, even applying for like a nursing job, I applied to work in the emergency room. I had one preceptor shift in the emergency room as an undergrad. I didn't need to have those skills. All I needed was the basic nursing skills, and then they'll teach you as you go there. So literally, you don't need to have anything to start anything. You use what you have. Everything, this is my favorite quote. Just listen to it. Everything I need is within me. Everything I want is on its way to me. I have everything I need already. It's for me to look and realize I have it. I can use this. What do you have in your environment that you can use without having to outsource, without having to look outside to get something from outside? Because let me tell you, you have what you need. You're just not looking at it that way. Get yourself a new fresh set of eyes and look at what you have and start. You don't need a big ass camera to make content. Use your iPhone. To go to the gym, you don't need a fancy gym membership. You don't need a gym with everything. Start on the treadmill. This is after we get over the process of starting, is it does not need to be perfect. Get this into your brain, listen to me well. It does not need to be perfect. Everybody started from somewhere. And let me tell you, your bosses, those CEOs, it wasn't perfect when they started. They didn't know everything when they started. They learned along the way. So, for example, if you want to produce content, to put your content out, it doesn't need to be perfect. Just push it out. The more you get things going, the more you have the momentum going, the more experience you get. You know what you like, you know what you don't like, you know what works for you, you know what doesn't work for you. Even when it comes to, maybe you have a goal of eating healthy, you don't need to be perfect with your goal of eating healthy. You guys see those times, or you hear when people are like, okay, I'm going to eat good this morning, you eat good this morning, you eat good in the afternoon, and in the evenings you have cravings, you satisfy your cravings, maybe you have a donut or a soda or ice cream, and you're like, damn, like, I'm not going to do this for the rest of the week because I already effed up this one time and that's it. No, progress over perfection, literally. Don't let one little hiccup spoil your entire streak. It doesn't matter. Keep trying. Like, we're going to
keep going and keep going, keep going.
Literally, progress over perfection. Nobody's perfect here. Whenever you're doing anything, whenever we're achieving a goal, we may have some setback days. For example, maybe you have a goal that you don't want to look at your phone in the first 1 to 2 hours of the day, and you wake up and you're on your phone literally 30 minutes after you wake up. Now you're like, damn, the day's ruined. Girl, no, you can still put that phone down. You can still go outside, you can still wake up, you can still do your meditation after you're on the phone for an hour. You don't need to be perfect. Or, like I said, when it comes to food, you wake up and you have donuts and you'd be like, damn, I'm done for the day. No, progress over perfection. Nobody's a perfectionist in this world. Just keep
Going and keep going and keep going.
With the theme of progress over perfection, do you trust that the universe is going to bring towards you what you need to know? Do you trust that it's going to connect you with the people that are going to move you forward? Therefore, once you start to show up as somebody who's already doing these things, it will bring things to you. You'll find things being attracted to you that align with your goal, that align what you have in mind, and it'll bring you even further than where you thought you were going. So, like I said, just get started, and literally, the universe will put every single thing in place to have it work out. Like, let me tell you, Even when you write down goals on your vision board and you're like, I don't know how I'm going to achieve this. I don't know. That's fine, babes. You know one step, you know what feels right about that goal, do that step. Watch a million other things come towards you that will help align you with that end goal that you have in mind. You don't need to have all things figured out. You just have to have one step, baby steps, and the universe got you. Universe has your back. Universe, God, source has your back. My next tip is do your research. And I don't mean do your research and procrastinate starting. I mean, give yourself a set amount of time. And I think it's in the book Atomic Habits that James Clear talks about, like, give yourself time and dates, because you're more likely to do something if you have time and dates put on it, instead of just being like, I'm gonna do this tomorrow, or I'm just going to do it this week. You're not going to do it this week, babes. You're not. You did not allocate time for it. You are more likely to do it if you'll be like, okay, I'm going to read my book, and not just read my book, I'm going to read 10 pages of my book at 5 p.m. after I finish with the gym. Very specific. Then you're going to go ahead and do it. With the research, we're going to be like, we're going to give ourselves 1 week, or we're going to allocate, the shorter the time, the better, honestly. We're going to give ourselves 1 day from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Monday. I'm going to set my time aside and I'm going to research into this goal. Maybe it's, I keep going back to content creation, but maybe it's content creation that's the goal. I'm going to look at, how do I start a YouTube channel? I'm going to look at professionals in this field. I'm going to look at their strategies, what they recommend. I'm going to take notes, because we only retain less than 40% of what we hear in one sitting anyways. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to actually take notes. Or if it comes to the gym, you'll be like, between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. on Monday, I'm going to go online and see what gyms are near me, see what classes they have, and sign up for one at that time. So when we do our research, it gives us some kind of groundwork to get started off the ground. It gives us motivation, and it gives us more tips and more skills that we can start using. But with this in mind, we're not using it as a skill to procrastinate. So that's why we're giving ourselves a set amount of time. So no procrastination. We just need some skills to get started. But once you're done with that research period, that's it. Get started. You can do more research as you're going along this journey. Like I said, progress over perfection. We don't need everything figured out. Now, let's go over all the tips that we had again. 1, stop waiting for permission from other people. You're not a baby. We're not in elementary school anymore. Secondly, you don't need to have all the answers or details figured out. The universe will bring to you what it needs to bring to you when it knows that you're ready for it. But you have to start showing up with that energy already. Third, it does not need to be perfect. Just put things out, put your goals out, whatever it is, just start. Like I said with content creation, start putting that content out. It literally doesn't need to be perfect. So you don't need to have all the lighting, just put it out. You'll get more experience along the way and it'll look better and better. You want to grow. You literally want to grow. You should not be in the same place you were last year, this year. We need that growth. The next one, give yourself a set amount of time for research, because we're not procrastinating. We're gaining skills and then we're starting. Then the last one, which I said in the first place, know that starting is the hardest part. It literally feels like a hurdle to get over, but we have to mentally tell ourselves, we are capable of starting. We are capable of starting. Starts. Do it. Anyway, babes, I hope this was good. I hope you all got a lot from it. Whatever projects you have that you're working on, whatever goals you have, you got it. Write it out. I will do another episode on maybe showing up as your goals. Big in manifestation, doing some quantum jumping. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I hope this gave you all the motivation that you need to start your goals, to get started on your projects. I hope this was helpful. Let me know any other goals any other tips and tricks that y'all use to start your projects. I'm so proud of you and I hope you'll have the most beautiful day. Bye, besties.